And thank you very much, Professor John.
My pleasure.
Okay, how are you feeling in Nepal?
Fantastic. I've only been here since Tuesday night, midnight, just before the conference opened. So I haven't seen much of Nepal other than the hotel and the airport, but the hospitality has been wonderful and the conference has been most stimulating.
You should surely travel different parts of Nepal when you have time.
Well, I hope so, but unfortunately I'll only be here till Monday. It's my first time. Perhaps I'll bring my wife and family back. On Saturday and Sunday I hope I will at least get a sense of Kathmandu and the surrounding districts a little bit. Yes.
Okay, I have few questions for you.
Sure.
Okay, my first question is, how do economic considerations intersect with the principles of federalism, and what role does economic decentralization play in promoting regional inclusivity and development?
Wow, that's quite a big question. I think economic considerations are absolutely crucial. I think social factors, including the economy, underpin any federal system of government. And I come from Australia, where fiscal equalisation and the economic disparities between the states in the federal system have been absolutely crucial, and it's something that we've been arguing about for 123 years, and we'll continue to argue about it for the next 123 years. I think there's just no getting away from the fact that economic considerations are paramount, and the ability of the federal system to, well, firstly satisfy the economic demands and rights of citizens will ultimately spell the success, not necessarily the failure of a federal system, but the strengthening the federal system to deliver as much as the people want. I mean, I come from a federal system where two large, very populated states dominate the federal system. So the whole story has been trying to share the wealth and to create a federal system in which economic development and inclusive development occurs as far as possible across the federal system. I don't think it's possible for that to occur totally, because some regions have much less economic opportunities, if you like, and within states, some parts of states have in rural areas and with Indigenous people are so far behind the rest of the community that the federal system can just ameliorate and improve the equity of the whole system without actually transforming society. Nothing can transform society, I think, certainly not a federal system.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
My another question would be, what can Nepalese governmental system learn from Australia's financial federalism and economic federalism?
Look, I think we can all learn from one another, and I've learnt from the federal systems of other countries over the course of this conference. I think the credibility of economic redistributive institutions is crucial. We've had a body called the Commonwealth Grants Commission, which is the body which redistributes. Its aim is to create an economic equity across the nation. The other thing, I suppose, is an absolute commitment to, as far as possible, economic equality of regions and of within the federal system, and that will mean that some regions necessarily have to be encouraged by the federal government. If the federal government can't just keep the strong regions happy, there has to be a culture which is redistributive and inclusive. Otherwise, you'll get population transfers from the weaker regions to the stronger regions. The weaker regions will continue to become weaker. So I think it's credible institutions, as another speaker said this afternoon, which is perhaps one thing that Australia can offer Nepal.
For sure, sir. So now the final question for you, what message do you want to give to the young lawyers and future leaders of Nepal and around the world?
Dream big, I suppose. Feel confident in your own abilities. Realize that everything is possible, but also that resilience and a long-term view, I think, is necessary. I've been involved in social movements too in my own country and had plenty of setbacks. So it's dreaming big, but also with a touch of realism that some of these things are going to take an awful long time and may not even happen in our lifetimes, even young people's lifetimes, that ultimately the ultimate dividend of a strengthened federal system might come when young people are elderly and when the elderly are no longer here. It will take a long time.
Thank you very much for your time.
My
We
pleasure.
have a small gift for you.
Thank you very, very much.
It's from Kathmandu University School of Law family.
Wonderful.
From Nepal.
Great, and I hope there'll be continuing relations between Australian universities and Kathmandu University, that Australians might continue to come to Nepal and that you might have the opportunity to come to Australia, as a number of people here I've met have recently returned from Australia for studies.
It will be our pleasure and honor.
Great.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for
Namaste.
having me. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.